I never thought my Friday evening would change everything. My name is David, and I'm 47 years old working as a senior accountant at Morrison Industries for the past 12 years. That particular Friday, I was sitting alone at Riley's bar nursing a whiskey after another exhausting week. The dim lighting and soft jazz made it the perfect place to disappear. Then she walked in. Catherine Morrison, our CEO. She was in her early 50s with blonde hair and those distinctive tortoiseshell glasses. Everyone at the office respected her, but from a distance. She built the company from nothing and carried herself with quiet authority. I'd only spoken to her twice in 12 years. She spotted me immediately and walked straight to my table. My heart started pounding. "David," she said, sitting down without asking, "I need you to take me home or you're fired." I froze completely. Her voice was shaking, and I noticed her hands trembling on the table. "Mrs. Morrison, I don't understand." She leaned closer, and I saw something I'd never seen before. Fear in her eyes. "My ex-husband is here," she whispered. "Table near the back corner." I glanced carefully and saw a tall man in an expensive suit watching us intently. His jaw was clenched tight. "He's been following me for 3 weeks," she continued, "ever since I filed a restraining order. The police said they need more evidence, but David, he knows where I live now." Her voice cracked slightly. "I can't go home alone tonight, and everyone else from work would make this into office gossip by Monday morning." I understood immediately. In our company, rumors spread faster than email. "But you're my boss." I said quietly, "Won't people talk anyway?" "Not if we're careful." She replied, "You've always been discreet, David. I've noticed that about you over the years." Something in her tone made me realize she actually knew who I was. Not just my name from the employee directory. She'd been paying attention. I looked at her tired eyes and made my decision. "Let me pay my tab," I said. "We'll leave through the side exit." Relief washed over her face. We walked to my car, keeping our distance appropriate. Her ex-husband followed us outside, but stopped when he saw us together. The drive to her house took 20 minutes through quiet suburban streets. She lived in a beautiful home with a garden full of roses. Inside, everything was elegant but warm. Family photos covered the walls. "Thank you, David," she said once we were safely inside. "I know this is strange. You look terrified." I replied, "Honestly, I couldn't leave you alone." She smiled sadly and made us both tea. We sat in her living room, and she started talking. Really talking. About her marriage that lasted 26 years. About discovering her husband's other family in another state. About the divorce that took 2 years and cost her nearly everything emotional. About rebuilding herself and her company afterward. I listened like my own mother taught me to listen, without interrupting, without judging. "You remind me of my father," she said eventually. "He was an accountant too. He taught me that quiet strength matters more than loud confidence." I felt something shift between us. Not romance exactly, but recognition. Two people who both learned that life doesn't follow the script we write. "My wife left me 8 years ago," I said I was too boring. Too predictable. Catherine looked at me with understanding. "Predictable means reliable, David." She said, "Some people don't appreciate that until it's gone." We talked until midnight. About our children and our regrets. About second chances and whether we deserve them. She called the police and filed another report while I waited. They promised to increase patrols near her house. "Stay in the guest room tonight," she offered. "Please. I don't want to be alone. And I trust you." Trust. Such a simple word, but it meant everything. I stayed. The next morning we had coffee on her porch watching the sunrise. "Come back tomorrow if you like," she said, "as a friend, not as my employee. I'd like that Mrs. Morrison." "Catherine," she corrected gently. "Please call me Catherine." That was 6 months ago. We've had coffee every Sunday morning since. Sometimes we talk about work, but mostly we talk about life, about our families and dreams we're still brave enough to chase. She never fired me, of course. That was just fear talking. But she did promote me to CFO last month. People at work whisper, sometimes wondering about us. Let them wonder. The truth is simpler and more precious than their gossips. Two people who found friendship when they both needed it most. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is ask for help, and sometimes the kindest thing you can do is simply show up. Catherine taught me that, and I hope I taught her that she's never as alone as she fears. Life has a way of surprising us when we least expect it, not always with romance or drama, but with connection, real human connection. That's worth more than anything. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment telling me about a time when a stranger's kindness changed your perspective. I'd love to hear your stories. Read Try Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.